allow the two children to have the budget every year. It's okay. Off your mind, it's okay. She off your mind, like me.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, my ego don't come. Ingo torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we loud, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego diary politico, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. This one not the off in mind, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. Can in the touchlight every corner, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. See them talk say make we off mind, but thank God say my ego don't come. So my people make you loud, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego diary politico, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. This one not they off in mind, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that my yegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say my yegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Poor man picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say my yegun don't come. So my people make you loud, oh yo yo. My yegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make you shout, oh yo yo. My yegun don't. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun diary láyé bí nọ́mbà wá. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun diary láyé bí nọ́mbà wá. Mayegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú. Mayegun diary láyé bí nọ́mbà wá. Lórí Facebook lórí YouTube. Mayegun diary láyé bí nọ́mbà wá. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí. Mayegun diary láyé bí nọ́mbà wá. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun diary láyé bí nọ́mbà wá. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Mayegun máa wí. Mayegun diary láyé bí nọ́mbà wá. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun diary láyé bí nọ́mbà wá. Mayegun diary politico. Mayegun diary láyé bí nọ́mbà wá. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun. Mayegun diary láyé bí nọ́mbà wá. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Mayegun diary láyé bí nọ́mbà wá. Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun diary láyé bí nọ́mbà wá. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun Ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Àníyẹ sọ́ra yìí. Bí pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Àníyẹ sọ́ra yìí.
Hello there. So good morning to you. Good afternoon to you. And good evening to you from wherever you are joining us. Again, apologies if the audio is not that too great, even though it is. And if the video is also not as, as sharp as it used to be as well. So I apologize ahead of time. So I just want to spend another few minutes or maybe an hour or two with us on Mayegun's Diary Political, again, as promised. Now, if you have read the caption of the broadcast, you have read the description of the broadcast, then like it, share it, to invite your friends and your not so friendly friends and tell them that, well, there is a catch-up on Mayegun's Diary Political. And if you have done that already, thank you. Here, I don't know if you have seen it or if you have heard about it as well. So Thiefnubu and his gang, they are celebrating what they called rebased, give me a second, rebased inflation of Nigeria. And according to them, Nigeria inflation has dropped to 24%. Now, 24% in 2 months. Just remember that when Thiefnubu was submitting the, what do you call it? When he was submitting the 2025 budget, okay, Kolu was like, they plan to bring down the inflation down to 15%. And I told you then that he can wake up tomorrow and just tell you that inflation is now 15%. So if you disagree with that, you are enemy of Nigeria or you are enemy of Thiefnubu. So it is like using the idea of, number one is propaganda, okay, but the idea of if we can wish it, then it can come to pass. While on the other hand, the activity or the actions of Thiefnubu and his gang, their actions continue to, to destroy that your economy. So indeed, they wake up to this morning, I think, was it this morning or yesterday? They woke up, yesterday, and they announced to the rest of Nigerians that inflation has dropped from 35% straight down to 24%. So what are the factors to kind of point at this latest stats? Remember when he said that now statistics will go chop, right? Anyway, statistics is now kind of like teaching everybody a bigger lesson that you can use propaganda to get to power. Yeah, to seize power, you can use propaganda and some other stuff. But to run a country, you are going to need more than a propaganda. And that is what is playing out as we speak. So to them, they are like, in Kano, a bag of rice is now sold for 50,000 naira. In Kasina, they told us that a bag of maize that used to be 150,000 naira is now 20,000 naira. These are the factors these rogues have put together and said, because of that, we can no longer use the 34% inflation, national inflation on the whole country without considering this factor. So if you are living in a place where they are still selling a bag of rice to you for 80,000, 90,000, where that is not Thiefnubu's fault. So there, maybe the vendors are cheating you. So, but they don't really need to. The reason why it is so hard to lie with data is that you are going to need more than just pronouncements. So if people go to market, like, generally, and they start seeing things like a bag of rice is now sold for 45,000 naira. Let's even say that 45,000 naira. Now, you don't even need any PR, any propaganda before people will begin to say, oh, it's true, it's true. But because it is not true, you know, from the word go, as a reminder, from the word go, when they said unemployment, right? Unemployment rate in Nigeria was put at 43% or something, right? And we were like, Baba, in Nigeria, people who have no real job, right? They are quite, you know, more than that 43% too. But because they didn't have the accurate figure, they didn't have any accurate number, data to rely or work on. So they cannot measure any progress or decline that they make. So they just leave everybody in the pool of that confusion. So they are pulling figures from their asses, so to say. So then they said inflation in Nigeria is 22%, was 22%. Thiefnubu came in and the inflation in Nigeria jumped to over 35%, Abi. Food inflation in Nigeria was put at 24%. Today it is over 45%. But in reality, yeah, so if you don't understand how inflation works, what it means, devaluation, okay, if you don't understand what that means, okay, at least you will understand the, what do you call it? The food inflation. Food inflation is, as a person, right? You remember that you used to buy a bag of rice, okay? You used to buy a bag of rice for 7,500 naira. Then it became 10,000, 15,000, 22,000, 25,000, 30,000, 35,000. Then from there, straight to 120,000 naira. So even if you don't understand how inflation works, depreciates the people's purchasing power and all of that, okay? If you don't understand that one, Baba, you can understand that of the food inflation, how the price of food just jumped in a space of 10 years. And the worst one is the last 2 years. Yeah, under 2 years. That's the worst. When Thiefnubu floated the naira, removed the subsidy, and left everybody in the loop. And yeah, that's the worst. So would you agree that the food inflation in Nigeria, in all sincerity, would you say the inflation in Nigeria is 34%? Let's even say 44% food inflation in Nigeria. So from my own calculation, food inflation in Nigeria itself is over 2,000%. To start with, over 2,000%. Now, the inflationary figure of Nigeria is more than 100%. Because the value of your money, you know, the value of your, these days, right? The value of your labor is in this printed money. That's the value of your labor. So nobody is paid for their labor or for their work. Nobody is paid in maybe gold or silver. Sure, you get now that probably carries more value than paper money. So which means your effort, your labor, the reward for it is paper money. Now that paper money is what these criminals have borrowed against, destroyed, devalued, all right, then floated. So that means your effort, your hard work, the normal work you would do, right, that you get paid 100,000 naira. Now you're still doing the same work now. Maybe they are now paying you even 300,000 or 400,000. But you realize that the 400,000 naira they are paying you for the same job, the lucky ones. I'm talking to the lucky ones now, not everybody. So they are paying you 400,000. You are no longer earning 100,000. So to you, they are paying you more money now. But when you put the value of the inflation that will eat into your 400,000 naira, then you realize that what your 100,000 naira could do, and you will still have disposable cash. What 100,000 naira would do conveniently for you, you just struggle with 400,000. That is what is called inflation, because it simply means over 30% of the value of that money is not yours. But in the case of that of Nigeria, it is 100% of the value. 100% of the value of your currency is gone like a tissue. So that's what Nigeria did to you. This Thiefnubu, that's what they did to you. So if they now turn around and say, okay, inflation don't drop to 24%, and some morons want you to just take it like that and say, okay, if they say it is 24%, there is 24% none. If they say it is if tomorrow now, maybe by May, they will say, it don't drop to 15%. They say, we said it, but they will still go out there. Someone was doing their own layman kind of like calculation, which makes sense to me. It kind of makes sense. You know, this person said the reason why prices of goods jumped up was because they removed subsidy, price of petrol high. Abi, that's the reason why you are buying more or paying more for the same thing now, Abi. So if the price of petrol refused, or if the price of petrol or PMSI, if it failed to drop, cost of transportation will remain as it is. And as long as the cost of transportation remains as it is, right, then there is no chance that your food inflation is going to drop. It's a common sense thing. And I quite agree. I was like, that's true. Nigeria is a country where if the price of petrol drops tomorrow, for example, to 300 naira per liter, for example, 300 naira, you know what that will automatically do within a week, right? You begin to see things slowly taking the effect of that, will begin to go down. So if it remains that way for example, if it remains that way for the next 6 months, you will realize that a bag of rice will genuinely be sold for maybe highest 40,000 naira. And it will be universal. The people that pay more for petroleum in Nigeria, they are, apart from the people of the Niger Delta who owns the oil, they pay more per liter of petrol in Nigeria. The other side of Nigeria that pay more for liter of petroleum, they are the northerners. So it doesn't make any sense. The criminal politicians, they are buying off warehouses with bags of rice, maize, like in their own mind, sharing those things to people, automatically filled in the gap to say, sure, you get, everything is cheaper now. And people are also saying that if the government allow people to deal on their own, there's a chance that price of food will not be as expensive as they are right now. But politicians won't do that. They are like packing everywhere else they can, importing food left, right, and center, posting images and videos of fake farms that they claim to be growing or cultivating. But the reality is that when you now go out there, that's when you realize that you can't take their words. You see? So the effect of a reduced inflation is not by the pronouncement of Onanuga, Onanuga, and the rest of them. It's you, the real people, that will say, Omo. So they've increased your electricity tariff. You are paying a premium for petroleum. Abi, even electricity tariff they increased for you is like, you know, increment of what you pay for darkness, in all honesty. Anyway, so there are things that will actually make you know that things don't they come. But for APC, they will run you streets severally until you are confused and be like, are they talking about this same Niger? Which Niger are these guys talking about? Now, this is the way we do so, because it is their job. It is their job to keep you, number one, impoverished. Number two, confused. And number three, to bully you if you insist that you don't want to, you are too stubborn. You know, if you insist that you are too stubborn, the answer is to bully you into accepting. So if you're watching me from Nigeria right now, you should be able to say, Omo, things are coming down. And we are talking about, you know, the effects. About Thiefnubu and his gang, they woke up one morning and they told everybody that Nigeria doesn't have or the unemployment problem. More than 90% of the country is begging. Those who have job, they are begging to survive. Right? Then they woke up one morning. They woke up one morning with this confidence, like they said Nigeria currently has so much employment, that it is only 4.5% Nigerians that are unemployed. The poverty capital of the world, okay? Where majority of them have to like beg. But people, they borrow money to feed. How can you go and borrow loan, from the loan sharks? How can you go and borrow money from them? Because you want chop. Nigerians are borrowing, they are taking loans for food. They are now taking another loan to service this loan, then another loan to service that loan. Baba, and then, people are just there. So effect of every government policy, right? Now you go feel Baba, during the corona, right? Corona. So during the corona time, right, when inflation hit us in Europe, everybody, it was always in the news. Everyone is affected. Baba, I mean, where they pay about £80 for electricity in my small flat in Glasgow. Suddenly, I started paying £270. Baba, now let me explain what this means. Like, this is how you are going to know that more things, if things don't change economically, now go feel them. Okay, I think bonus. Because suddenly, Houston just became so cold this morning. Baba, out to 1 degree. In Glasgow right now, right, we are having 6 degrees, be 7 degrees. So now here in Houston, it is 1 degree, about cold budget. And I decided to come in here because like I could chill. So I got a car now. So and all that. Now, talking about the effect of policies or if something changes in the economy, right? I used to pay for my gas because my house is like bakery. I always turn on the heating like more. So, which means I love paying more for my gas, right? So my gas is around £120 when my electricity was just about maybe £84, I'd be £80 every month. So in all, I was paying about maybe £200 for my gas and my electricity. Now they started sending us letters. Bank of England, Bank of Kinnikok, they are increasing their interest rates. They are increasing this. Everybody was just like the economy. Right now, the inflation in the UK is about 7%. The inflation is about 12%. So all that kind of thing, right? Everybody just started increasing all their services and all that, right? But gas alone, I was spending nearly £300. Nearly £300 gas on gas alone. On electricity, Baba, they paid like £250 for gas and electricity that year. Baba, they pay like nearly £600. No joke, like a lot. To the point that government started having to, they had to give us subsidy. I remember that they had to kind of like pay £250 for me for 6 months because it was so much, Baba. Everybody, people go crazy because that means what am happen here. So we felt it. Everybody felt it. You go to the shop, the milk that you used to buy for 75 pence. OTDB be £1.30. It don't turn to like £1.80. Small milk and all of that. So we felt it. But the minute they said, okay, the economy is going to be like that, then it's going to begin to come back to normal. It begin to come back to normal. Inflation is going to drop, so and so. As they predicted everything, when that time came, you get, Baba, everything started going back to normal. When I say normal, I'm talking about, let's say, what you are paying, a bag of rice, a 10 kg rice, right? That we used to pay maybe nearly £16 for. Now went back to maybe £11. But where was it before? Maybe £10, £10.50 or £10. So everything started going back to normal. The price of petrol and everything started going back to normal. You get. And since then, If any little thing jump in the inflation like this, so UK inflation, but Nigeria, where you don't have any functional infrastructure, a disorganized system, where you don't have any reliable data, where criminal politicians in charge of the place they don't care about data. They just put data from their asses and they just run with it. Suddenly they said Nigeria unemployment is 4.5%. How? Tell us, how many jobs have you created since you came to power? How many jobs have you created? Zero. How many jobs have they lost in Nigeria since you came to power? Like millions. Tell yourselves the truth. All these companies that are shutting down in Nigeria, no people they work there. Were they not, like, people were employed by these companies? Those ones are real. Ask them, how many jobs have they created? Zero. Except political appointment, political jobs they are creating for themselves. Political jobs. So what are the factors that says that your inflation has dropped when everybody is still right here, like, more? For real, true story. But it is Nigeria. If you tell them the truth, if you make them ask questions, right, you are just a troublemaker. Just a troublemaker. Just, I mean, let us be happy. Happy for what? Yeah. It's the same style, right? When Boko Haram came in. So Boko Haram took Nigeria naira from 145 naira official central bank exchange rate and 199 naira black market exchange rate. Boko Haram took Nigeria economy, which was at the time inflation. How many of you will even remember that inflation of Nigeria was like 7%? Nigeria inflation was about 7%. Nigeria economy was growing by 3.5%, between 3.5% and 6%. That was how much Nigeria economy was growing in 2013, 2014, 2015, before these guys. Inflation in Nigeria was just 7.3%. Fact, too, I don't know if some of you even remember that anymore. So Boko Haram took that economy, right, from that stage to the worst part. And then, for example, right, exchange rate went from 145 naira official to 450 naira, 50 naira to $1 official, while a black market of 199 naira to $1 went from that to over 600 naira to $1 under them. Nigeria's national debt went from 13 trillion naira to over 200 trillion naira today. But whenever there is a drop, okay, and like in their madness, so let's say exchange rate now is under Boko Haram, exchange rate now is 550 naira from 700 naira. They will say we should celebrate. We should be happy. This news is a bad news for some of you, enemy of Nigeria. Instead of you to be happy, this is a good news. And you're like, good news, just check with Funyini. Good news from what to what? You took a supposedly corruptly managed Nigeria to what you have today. So that's how they do it. They take you to the gutters, rub you inside it, come pour you water like this, sprinkle it, I say, instead of you to be grateful, so you can still use that as spirit to clean your eyes, and you can, it's better than the before. That's actually how they operate. But your actions, like I said, the actions of these rogues should be felt by the people. You will feel it. If you can't feel it, and it comes something that they will say, the reason why you're not feeling it is because you don't like Kolu. Yeah. So there is hang on. Okay, you know what? Don't worry. So he wants me to put on a seatbelt. If not, he'll keep it doing boom, 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 boom. So it is good news for them. They're like, let us be happy that they said, are you not happy? Say, you have 4% unemployment rate. Who are the 4% unemployed Nigerians, and who are the rest? So how are you going to actually really stop unemployment if you don't have the real data, or if you have to manufacture data to suit whatever you want to push your agenda? Keep saying it until you believe it yourself. It doesn't matter if it is real or not. Just keep saying it and keep saying it until you believe it. You know? So that is that. 2 days ago, I was with you and I was telling you about the development in Osun. Things have really gone so tough again, me so bad. Okay, you know, they said that there's a man. Where's that my phone? There's a man who happened to be one of the local government chairmen in Osun State, who was supposed to be, you know, his name is Remi Abbas. Okay, said he's one of the chairmen that their court returned. Okay, and Irewole, that's it, in Ikire, Irewole local government area in Ikire. So it was among the people killed. They killed 5 people in their fight of their fights of controlling the Osun State local government areas. So a quick recap on that, okay? When Oletola was going, after, I don't know, I think maybe after or before Ajugbafida defeated him in an election anyway. So he conducted a local government election, won by all APC. And when Adeleke came in, he went to court to nullify that election. And in that court, I think he got his wish. So he dissolved local government areas. Now he's planning to conduct his own local government elections now. Meanwhile, these guys also went to court again. Those ones that they deposed, right? The local government chairman of APC. So they went to court. And in their own court case, the court said the election was valid and they must be returned to office. So Adeleke now went on appeal. So on appeal, that's the case of dissolving them was never appealed by this local government chairman. So therefore, them going to go and institute a different case. All right. So the court should uphold the judgment that dissolved the local government area. Unfortunately, the appeal court, right, now struck out this appeal, which, according to the Adele case, the court did not give any judgment. The court just struck out. But if you are appealing something and they say your case no get merit, throw them out. That simply means the order you are appealing stands. That's the stand of the APC. So then they decided to take over the local government areas. Adeleke started calling on the police to do something to prevent the breakdown of law and order in Osun State. He mobilized his own party members, PDP people, to take over those local government areas and prevent these guys from taking over, which simply means that they should disobey the court. Well, I don't know what happened. It's now pretty much clear that the Oletola faction, they have taken control of these local government areas. At least half of the local government areas in Osun State. Some of them have even started parading themselves as the current chairman, and as the case stands. So Mr. Lawal Abbas, the man that got shot, one of they said he's he's meant to be part of those who are supposed to resume now, but he won't be resuming. Remi Abbas, all right? So he was buried in a clip I'm going to share with you now. And then I will share with you as well the takeover of these local government areas by APC in Osun State.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is live at Ilesha West Local Government. The honorable elected chairman and the councillor are now in the council. Everybody is in the council now. Yeah, we are here. This is the vice chairman of the Ilesha West Local Government, Honorable Oye, is here fully in the council. Yes. And this is the party leaders. All of them. This is Honorable Segun Olabode Shigo Papa, the executive chairman of Ilesha West Local Government, is now in the council. Is now in the council. And the leader of the house, Honorable Kayode Olowa, is also here. And here is the security personnel that is secure the local government. This is our leader, Honorable Alhaji Agbeti, is here.
Abuja. Anybody amari, anybody amari Thiefnubu aboju eri mobo.
Go and get registered and put it there. Thank you very much. Don't today is not
From Osun State. Sorry if you probably don't. Somebody said they came in late. Don't worry. That's the drama from Osun, and everyone you see in that video is a member. Excuse me, a member of APC. The Osun State power tussle between Adeleke and Oletola, the dancer. Meanwhile, on the other side of the state, some of the people are mobilizing themselves now to approach all these local government areas where they believe the APC are hijacking the government in style. So yeah, on the other side of the town, on the other part of the town, yeah. So we have people who are presented as not being member of the PDP, but the citizens of the area, and I bet they are just PDP, right? Watch this. To those of you who don't understand Yoruba, that video, the voice you are hearing in that video is that of a woman telling us that in their own local government area of Oduatin, that they have chased APC away, that they have to chase them away with cutlass, their cutlass and then, sticks. So right now, they have left the local government area and the people are kind of like chasing them out of the town. That's the drama from Osun. But there is another drama in the National Assembly of Akpabiole. Akpabiole is worse than the rubber stamp one, right? It is worse. However, is more like the the pedestal at which Thiefnubu's criminality, illegitimacy will finally be legalized. Okay, because what Thiefnubu did in Lagos that kind of lasted him this long was that he was able to have a status of assembly that was ready to make laws out of everything that Thiefnubu would need to cover himself, like the properties of Lagos State that he converted to his. If you go to their law, they will show it to you there that it didn't do anything wrong. It's law. Do you get that now? So the usefulness of Akpabiole to Thiefnubu can never be overemphasized. So here is one of them, where it's kind of like a mixed one, though, right? So there is this allegation of USAID. Sorry, that thing is becoming very warm. USAID funding terrorism in Nigeria. There have been so many people who are like, that's impossible. That doesn't make any sense. So I think that conversation has gotten to this guys, Akpabiole and others. And he categorically said to his colleagues, right, that they should not believe 90% of what they see on social media because they are fake news. He said that. Then he invited the guy that was denied a Canadian visa, Christopher Musa, the Chief of Defense Staff. So he's been invited to come and explain. I don't even understand this, right? He is invited to come and explain to them if USAID is funding Boko Haram in Nigeria. And it is an allegation made by the Doge, the Elon Musk's Doge, which is to find anywhere that they have any kind of a resource or resources wastages, to block all the wastages in government, and then block all the money that they think shouldn't be spent, and what have you. So that's what brought about the expose, where it is alleged that they found the funding that USAID got, right? They found them funding different kind of programs all over the world. Some of them are pretty much like ridiculous stuffs, okay? For example, trying to see if a gay mouse, right, can outrun a non-gay mouse, or LGBTQ, somewhere in Indonesia, or I know some people will be like, those are conspiracy theories. They are not. That's what they found, them funding and sponsoring. So it became so ridiculous anyway that the allegation of them funding Al Qaeda, ISIS, this and that, they are not like directly giving them money. But Christopher Musa himself said NGOs in Nigeria have been caught funding terrorists, and some of them have been caught treating the injured terrorists, like the terrorists that are shot by the military. They found that some of these NGOs actually do, perform operations on them, life-saving operations, treatments, gun wounded treatment, and all stuff like that. So these allegations were made by Christopher Musa, the Chief of Defense Staff, and he said these NGOs must desist from doing same. They are making the fight against insecurity, against terrorism in Nigeria difficult. He said that on a forum, and he also granted an interview to Al Jazeera where he also said the same thing. Some people are saying that's one of the reasons why he got denied Canadian visa. That's not true. Okay. So Akpabiole sent an invite, and in his words, let me show you.
The U.S. Senate or the U.S. Congress will not delve into allegations on social media. And if they have to, they will invite their security chiefs to get details So the National Security Advisor, the NIA, the DSS, DIA, we must hear from them in closed session so that they brief us because they have the data, they know the record, and they will know the veracity of the situation. So accordingly, I believe that we should have only one. I would like Senator Ningi to move a motion that we invite those people to brief the Senate in closed session so that before we can make comments on this in the open. But in the meantime, we note the allegation and we also note the devastation that Boko Haram has caused the nation. We commend President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for being able to tackle the situation to a point where no territory in the country today is hoisting the flag of Boko Haram. Whether we like it or not, he has done a very difficult job well. And so we must commend him across party lines. So Senator Ningi, please phrase your prayer in a way that we can let this issue rest.
The only prayer to my mind, accordingly, the Senate resolves to invite the National Security Advisor, the Director NIA, the Director DSS, the head of DIA, for a closed-door session with the Senate to discuss this particular sensitive matter and any other security matter at a closed door. I so move.
Distinguished Senator Ali Ndume, you may wish to second the motion.
Thank you, Mr. President. In seconding the motion, I want to say that the allegation was made by Scott Perry. It was not a social media thing. And I agree that such issues should be discussed in a closed session. But Mr. President, this is not a social media stuff. And the investigation is going on right now in the United States Congress. And also today, the President, Donald Trump, also said specifically that in that investigation, the support given to Nigeria so far should also be investigated. With that, I want to second the motion to collapse the two prayers into one. I so second.
Thank you. I also want you to note that America is going through a metamorphosis, a political metamorphosis. It's almost like one political party taking over from another political party, and allegations flying left, right, center. It's only through thorough investigation that the truth can be established. Even America has not taken the allegation hook, line, and sinker. They are investigating. So Nigeria must also investigate to be sure, because we won't just keep quiet. It is true that USAID have been funding Boko Haram in Nigeria. We have no business allowing them to have offices in Nigeria. So before we can take decisive steps and also ask for recompense, automatically we must go deeper into the issue. So it's important that we get briefed by our intelligence community. So, distinguished colleagues, I thank distinguished Senator Ali Ndume for raising this all-important motion that impinges on the security of the nation, and also thank all those who have contributed. A motion is on ground by distinguished Senator Ningi that the prayers be collapsed into one, and then seconded by distinguished Senator Alindume, the mover of the motion. Those in support of the prayer, the single prayer, that the Senate should immediately invite the National Security Advisor, Director General of the Nigerian Intelligence Agency, Director General of the DSS, Director General of the DIA, to brief the Senate in a closed session on the veracity or otherwise of these very serious allegations. Say aye. Those again say they. The ayes have it. I believe we should have social media. I was a bit circumspect. You know, social media is garbage in, garbage out. Anybody can say anything on the social media. Many of us have experienced social media attacks as leaders. And sometimes 99% of what is in the social media is inaccurate. And sometimes total speculation. And sometimes based on mischief. So there is no way we can shave a man's head behind his back. We should, we must hear from our own security agencies. We must hear from our intelligence agencies. When you mentioned the NIA and the DSS, I also believe we should also look at the DIA, Defense Intelligence Agency, because they are also interacting with the people in the theater of war in the Northeast. So they will have information.
Of our greedy leaders. Oh, Thunder, where are you? This is the time you are supposed to strike, so that you eliminate all of them, so that you have peace in our nation. Or join them in one aeroplane, so that it will crash land in the course of their adventure.
Metamorphosis. Is that what Akpabiole just said? That United States is going through a metamorphosis. And they have to investigate if it is true. Even though it doesn't believe it's true. It's the social media. It is the social media thing. Person we moved the motion said it is not social media. And this is not speculation. This is not mischief or what have you. So they are investigating the money given to Nigeria to fight Boko Haram, that America gave to Nigeria. So which means those who collected this money, right, they will be invited to, excuse me, it's just like a normal show, side show. I'll go with the letter. The letter is like, yeah, it's a show, all right? And then when you listen to the clowns as well, it's, I don't know, it's like a mixture of, you know, shame, you know, and then, you know, like disappointment, maybe not totally disappointment, but disappointment, and then maybe anger. But I feel the last one, though, I'm so angry, like, what the heck, man? Like, would they, it's like they are living in their own world. And it's a shame. It's a shame that it is the system that actually produces them. It is not even like people have the power to, you know, to change that. If you don't understand the system, it's going to be difficult for you to understand or be able to handle the product that the system produces. So it's when you understand the system that you can begin to know all its faults. And this particular one is such a wrong one that continue to pop out. Criminals. Akpabiole, criminal. Is the number 3 man in Nigeria. And he feels like an allegation like that is at his own conclusion anyway. So if he is told otherwise, I mean, for example, if you look at the way he spoke there, right? If I happen to be one of the service chiefs, I'll just go with the fantasy, conspiracy theories, nonsense, not really intelligent reports, because the clown that you want to go and discuss national security with is not worth it. He's somebody who is already like, yeah. So, or maybe Ahmed Musa is good. Oh, no, I said Ahmed Musa. Christopher Musa maybe it's now probably going to just tell him that I have the intel too. I have the intel that there are NGOs in Nigeria that have, supporting terrorists. Or Akpabiole will tell him that, no, don't ever say that. So what is the essence? So it's all clown show. Just like Ribadumb. Ribadumb was seen in his newly built office, all right, as NSA to Thiefnubu. He was seen with the people they called rescued victims. They are like kidnapped victims. So they were kidnapped in Kaduna and they were rescued in Kaduna, but they had to bring them to Abuja, to ribadumb, to see, take pictures, feel good about himself and all that, and then hand them over to Kaduna government, who traveled to Abuja to go and collect the rescued people in Abuja to return them back to Kaduna, where they were rescued, where they were kidnapped, rescued, and transported to Abuja. That's ribadumb. Let me see if I have the clip. Yes, I do.
All security forces under the directive of Mr. President work extra to ensure that we bring peace, security, and restore normalcy in our country. Yet again today, we have just received those who are rescued from captivity as a result of kidnapping by bandits. They are going back to their homes. You have seen them. It has been the case. Thousands and thousands of people have got grace and the work of President Bola Ahmed have been able to secure their freedom and they are going back. We believe it's a journey. Already a lot taking place. We are restoring order. We are bringing justice. We are bringing back peace to our country. About 59 or so people today. Last week, another number like that. And thousands, and it's ongoing across the country. And it is also a joint operation of all those who are in charge or in the forefront of fighting to keep us safe in our country. The armed forces, the intelligence community, the civil police, all of us are working as one, and we are seeing the result. We thank God for this opportunity given to us. We will continue to work, and indeed, it's a matter of time. Nigeria will be peaceful and will restore order. Definitely. I want to invite representative of the armed forces to say a word. And then also the representative of the Kaduna State Government. We want to particularly thank the Kaduna State Government and the Governor of Kaduna. They have been exceptional. They have done extremely well as a collaboration and cooperation between the federal government and the state. Kaduna State is an example of what will be the result of working together between the federal government and state. It's probably one of the most abused states in terms of insecurity in the last couple of years, but today is one of the freest because of the relationship that we were able to work and establish between the federal government and the state. We want to thank Kaduna State Governor particularly for his cooperation and indeed even lead in the initiative that is getting us result. Thank you, Governor of Kaduna. Okay,
Good afternoon.
So they are releasing thousands and thousands and thousands, you know, from their kidnappers. They need propaganda. They need PR. They need a lot of all this stuff in order to feel good about themselves, and at the same time to try to use that in making the stories around the kidnappings, the deteriorating security situation and all that. So to them, they need to put stuff like this out, which makes them so pedestrian, so archaic, so old styled somehow. And at the same time, exposing them that they do not really have any intention of keeping anyone safe in that contraption, because they needed this good media. They need the media to make them look good. And anybody who try to point out any sort of a flaw in their scheming, right, then you are going to be arrested and be charged for treason. Tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people are in captivity right now. A country where in 2024 they kidnapped 2.3 million Nigerians kidnapped in 2024 alone. With over 2.2 trillion naira paid. Trillion, no, not billion, no, 2.2 trillion naira paid as ransom alone in 2024. Somebody wants to show that, well, anyway, it is their way. You can say that, right? So let's go back to that, their National Assembly, all right? I'm sorry if I am unable to read some of your comments. So I have people who are like, after the program yesterday, 2 days ago, and I was seeing them, commenting like, I am in Houston. Where are you in Houston? I am in Houston. I know you are in Houston. So, but we're going to probably arrange a get together for everyone. Just after our party on Saturday. So we'll see to that. So I'm sorry if I'm unable to read and react to your comments. All right. So I'm just like improvising, you say. It's called improvising. Meanwhile, in the National Assembly, where Akpabiole reigned supreme, right? The Anambra traders and others who have become the victims of what they call the collective punishment. Collective punishment is when they found people who are counterfeiting medical, drugs and all of that in some markets. And NAFDAC, I wanted to say NDDC. NAFDAC had to shut down the entire market. So it's like collective punishment. See, you can shut the stores, shut the warehouses and the places where this, people are doing this illegal, counterfeiting and all that stuff. So now that you have to shut the entire market. So they took their case to the House of Representatives. So one of their representatives was talking about the situation and others reacted to it as well. So I'm going to share that with us, if you don't mind.
To exercise caution against hurting businesses of innocent traders during its operations in drug markets, ancillary markets.
Okay, so any seconder to the first leg? Honorable, okay? Honorable, okay, did I see you raising your hands? Please go ahead.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, distinguished colleagues. My name is Barrister Jesse Okejo Onakalus. Mr. Speaker and distinguished colleagues, I represent the Nigerians, especially the habit of Lagos. Mr. Speaker and colleagues, I rise to second the first leg of this a motion that is urgent enough to be heard now. I so second.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. That is it. The second leg of the motion. Honorable Miriam.
Thank you, Your Excellencies, distinguished honorable colleagues.
But you have to tell us, do you have a shop in the market that you are so excited to second?
Thank you, Your Excellency. Once again, honorable colleagues, my name is Right Honorable Miriam Odinaka Onoha. I represent Okigwe North Federal Constituency. I am from Imo State. This morning, I rise to second the second leg of the motion to allow us take his motion of urgent public importance and that it is urgent enough to be taken right now. I so second, Mr. Speaker. Thank you, sir.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. That is it. Honorable Victor, you have the floor.
Thank you once again, Right Honorable Speaker, my dear colleagues. Motion of urgent national importance, need for NAFDAC to exercise caution against hurting businesses of innocent traders during its operations in drug markets. The House notes the ongoing efforts by the National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control, NAFDAC, to crack down on merchants of fake and counterfeit medicines. Aware that NAFDAC recently sealed medicine markets in Idumota, Lagos State, Ariaria, Abia State, and Onitsha in Anambra State. Also aware that the ongoing enforcement operations by NAFDAC at these drug markets is to rid the country of counterfeit and substandard medicines. Concerned, however, that many people operating in the affected markets have complained about the blanket disruption of businesses, including those of innocent traders, causing significant losses of goods and money. Worried by the reports that NAFDAC sealed the affected markets and denied the traders and its leadership entry, while its officials proceeded to break into shops, cutting away pharmaceuticals, without owners of such shops being allowed to witness the operation and take inventory. Further worried that such a brazen approach and unilateral break-in and confiscation of the goods from the markets without allowing the leadership of the markets and their owners to witness the process will make accountability difficult and also dent the integrity of the operation. Disturbed by reports that some traders and point-of-sales POS operators were forced to leave significant amounts of cash in their shops during the sudden raid and closure of the markets over the weekend, with no clear means of recovering these funds, leading to frustrations and bewilderment. The House then resolves to, 1, urge NAFDAC to go about their assignment in adherence with global best practices, such that legitimate and innocent traders are not caught in the quagmire. 2, direct the House Committee on NAFDAC to investigate these concerns with a view to ensure that livelihoods of innocent trade vendors engaged in legitimate businesses in the affected markets are not unfairly impacted. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Victor. Any seconder? Doctor?
Mr. Speaker, sir, I am Honorable Dr. Wale Ahmed. I represent both the good and the good people of Agege Federal Constituency. I'm from Lagos State. I want to second, sir, it is necessary, but I want you to kindly permit me to suggest a slight amendment.
To do what?
To suggest a slight amendment.
Okay, go ahead.
Yes, sir. Prayer 2, sir, will just suffice. Prayer 1 is rather ambiguous for NAFDAC to go by global best practices. It may be difficult to define what global best practices are, but prayer 2 captures all the things that are necessary to provide remedy for this situation. And if that is accepted, sir, it's my pleasure to second the motion as moved.
So you have two in one. Any seconder to the amendment? The most important pastor in this chamber, Honorable Pastor Izzy.
Thank you, Your Excellency, the speaking speaker. Eze, Nwachukwu Eze is my name. I represent the good people of Ebonyi, Ohauku Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I am from the most fast developing state in the Federal Republic of Nigeria, south of the nation state, Ebonyi. I hereby, distinguished colleagues, stand this morning to second the motion as moved by my brother that represents the good and bad people of Agege. Thank you.
Those in support of this motion should say aye.
Aye. Nay. The ayes have it. So that's on the actions of the NAFDAC, especially in the last 72 hours, where the videos of their actions and what have you have flooded the social media. Okay. So in the process, some innocent people have lost their money because they were carrying out raid, and they were just meant to go after, those who are counterfeiting, drugs and all that. But no, they went into the market, they ruffled everybody up, like shook everybody, like a great shakedown, including those who are doing POS business, as you heard it in that guy's submission. It's Nigeria. So the Agege part actually caught my attention as well. The guy from Agege. Remember that Obasa is also from Agege. So Obasa was accused or allegedly planning to resume at the Lagos State House of Assembly yesterday. And because of that, the DSS were invited, or SSS were invited, or DSS showed up, gun blazing, trying to shut the offices of Miranda and a deputy speaker, and the whole drama that went out with that. So since then, we never heard from Obasa until yesterday. So instead of Obasa to resume at the Lagos State House of Assembly yesterday, meanwhile, this morning, by the way, they claimed that they found guns in Obasa's office of the speaker. They found some guns. They shall building case against him anyway. So rather than for Obasa to resume at the Alausa in Ikeja, Obasa was in Agege doing the street credibility. APC versus APC. So that's Obasa Mudashiru. He did not show up at the Lagos State House of Assembly as promised or threatened. Now he's in court, asking the court to kind of like nullify the action. of the status of assembly. And there's been so much also going around, going on and all that, which makes it more interesting, because there are those who believe that this removal of Obasa was done by Sonweku with the approval of Thiefnubu. Others are saying no, it's not with the approval of Thiefnubu. But the fact, another thing that came out today was that each member of the status of assembly, the day they removed Obasa said they actually gave every member 30 million naira. So that's like 1.2 billion naira spent. That's what Obasa said. He said he spent 1.2 billion naira to remove him. That's how much they bribe every member, all of them. And all that, but who cares now? It is APC versus APC. Let the destruction begins from within. Yeah. And then we can help them keep the carcass of that crash. So here is an advice for some of you who are planning to japa, or those of you who are sending your children into the arms of human traffickers. A young guy in Ghana had something to say about the inflow of young people being brought in from Nigeria to Ghana. What are they using them for? He made a short video.
For those of you where they DM me, say which business where they do for Ghana. Yes, I want to show you those opportunities, show you the business where they do for Ghana here. And bear it in mind, say if you be man where they come for Ghana here, either if they go do Yahoo, if they go inside HK, or you won't follow us do this business where they manage. There is no other business. Don't let anybody to pressure you online. Don't let anybody to pressure you online or to tell you say you get company work or you get gold where they go won't go dig. If they dig that gold, the way they go take treat you, handle you as a foreigner, he go shock you. Say even your mama self go reject you. If you won't go follow them, do that galan say if they catch you, the way they go treat a Ghanaian, not be the way they go take treat you. They go tell you say kwasia what Jimmy pa ofre Nigeria ba ha na o yes you go pe gold no ofre Nigeria no ba ha pe di gold on. What Jimmy ana. Now the thing what they go tell you, you need to be careful. Anyway, there is no business here for you as a foreigner. There is no business or office work for you here as a foreigner. No eat today, no peace. I don't talk this thing for 5 years ago, 5 years ago for my YouTube. And for those where go see where go deceive their friends to come Ghana here, say work there, make them come Ghana here. Once those people enter Nigeria, enter car, come Ghana here, they go switch off their phone. Please, I beg you now, if anytime, I beg me to share this video. Share this video, they are very important. Now to warn all those people where if you say pressure won't kill them. I beg, if you be foreigner, Ghanaians not go give you work. Most especially, you be Nigerian. As long as say you be Nigerian, there is no work for you. Now the only business where they do be this. You see, this business has started from hunger. There was what people where they carry for only carton, like this particular guy where they come now. You get one guy where they come now, where he carrying his own.
It's just a little, some little information that may really, save your life as as an hustler. If you want to live Nigeria in the right way, get to know where you are going and what you want to do when you get there. It's so important these days. Sometimes jackpot and the jackpada. Jackpot is to leave the country. Then to jackpada sometimes is after you must have faced the worst of the worst. It's crazy, but I don't know if people who are desperate are those who need my advice. But it does happen. There's a video of a man, his wife, and two of their children caught in a CCTV in Nigeria. They went into one shop and they stole 2 laptops. Now, the reason why I have to share the video with you was that, is that I was watching the video and somehow I have these millions of thoughts going through my head and my mind and all that. And I was like, what kind of situation would anybody be that they would take their own family to go and commit stealing in a public place, that if they are caught, how would that even look like? Sure, you guys. So that's why I'm like, man. But because the CCTV sort of captured about 80, sorry, let's say about 140 seconds, like 2 minutes, over 2 minutes, capture of their escapade, how they were, walking in sync, trying to lift 2 laptops from this shop undetected, because if they were caught, it would have been a different story, right? Well, undetected until they had to release a CCTV footage that if anybody recognizes them, please come to so and so. Let me show you. Did you see that? But with your own children, like you take your 2 kids into the shop. I want to go and buy you something, and then you steal something there, something you came to buy. You have to like steal it at that age. Abba, here's the real problem. That's why when we tell you that criminals also grow old. That man didn't start stealing when he became an old man. So started stealing from God knows when. Now he's an old man with family, and he was able to walk into a shop to steal 2 laptops, right? So if we tell you that criminals also grow old, the reason why we can't always say respect elders, because some elders are criminals. And because they are criminals, that they are older doesn't mean that you begin to respect criminals. Foolish people also grow old. There are some people who are like, foolish people. They've been foolish all their life. Now you now say because they are older now, we have to start respecting them. It doesn't work that way. Oh. You get what I mean? It doesn't work that way. Oh. So that is why in this world, you must identify people you are dealing with. So when you are dealing with them, you can deal with them according to your kind of like assessment of them. And that's what we get on social media most of the time. Some of these foolish old guys on social media asking for respect. You get what I mean? So criminals grow old. Foolish people grow old. I know they die for young. Go. It doesn't mean that because somebody is foolish now, he could die. He will die young. No. They grow old too. So not be everybody you go to do yes sir for. You're going to bow your head for. Some criminals no deserve them. They know henna. And don't give it to them because they look old. Or you know what I mean? So I saw that. I'm talking about young and old criminals, right? Somebody took somebody's son from Ilorin, right? From Ilorin to Ekiti because he want to go and use the boy for ritual. So I was still talking about ritual, no ritual 2 days ago. Yeah? And this one. Let me see if I can put it up.
Báàgì ẹ̀dá ẹgbẹ́ báàgì ẹ̀ fún.
Kí lorúkọ ẹ? Kò lè fi kọ́rùn mọ́. Kò lè fi sọ sí lọ́rùn. Kí lorúkọ ẹ? Solomon kìíní. Fábíyì Solomon. Ọmọ ọdún mélòó ni ẹ?
23 years old, sir.
Máa wojú bí?
23 years old, sir.
23 years.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ sir.
Ọmọ ìlú wo ni ẹ?
Kwara State, sir.
Kwara, níbo ní Kwara?
Ayédùn.
Ayédùn. Ó ti tọ́dún mélòó tó ti dé Èkìtì bí Adó Èkìtì?
Ibi náà bí mi sí ibi náà.
Ibi náà bí ẹ sí. Ìyá àti bàbá ẹ̀ ń kọ́?
Wọ́n máa ń lé.
Wọ́n máa ń lé wẹ́rẹ́. Kí ló wá ṣe bí?
Mo wá láàárọ̀, mo ṣe ń gbọ́ bọ́tí sí mo máa ń yìn mí. Mo wá láàárọ̀.
Question mi tí bá ti di ẹ yes or no before you explain.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ mo wá láàárọ̀.
Kí ló wá ṣe bí?
Wọ́n ní mo fẹ́ ṣe àjò owó. Wọ́n lẹ́nu tí wàá rí mọ̀. Mo lè ní mo lábẹ́rẹ́. So wọ́n á ní mo lè mú wá. Wọ́n ní ṣé mo lè mú wá mo ní mo lè mú wá.
Tó wàá fẹ́ fi ṣe kí ni?
Àjò owó.
Òfin àfi ṣe àjò
Lábẹ́ mi
owó.
kò ní kú.
Wọ́n ní kò ní kú. Iná ló máa ṣe.
Wọ́n ló máa sí.
Ó kàn máa sí.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ èmi náà.
So tó bá ti ń síkì yẹn kí ló máa ṣẹlẹ̀ sí wọ?
Wọ́n ní màmá káṣà tó ń bọ̀ dé promise pé máa rán lọ sí máa ṣe everything fún. Kò jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ sà.
Ọmọ tó fẹ́ wá lò yìí. Ọmọ tó fẹ́ wá lò yìí. Kí lorúkọ ẹ̀?
Jọmilójú.
Jọmilójú. Òun ló fẹ́ wá lò. Kí ló fẹ́ wá lò fún?
Àjòwò lọ́nù.
Àjòwò ló fẹ́ wá lò fún.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ sà.
Báwo ló ṣe jẹ́ sí ẹ?
Ọmọ àti mi gbọ́dọ̀.
Ọmọ àti ẹ.
Àjọ ń tọ́jú ẹ̀.
Ó ti tọ́ ọmọ ọdún mélòó?
Bí ọdún mẹ́fà sí ọdún méje.
Ọdún méje. Nǹkan tó wá ṣe báyìí.
I'm sorry about the audio. The audio is really like terrible. Okay. But what happened is that when he was arrested, there's a boy, he's holding a boy. I had to cut the boy off the video. It's just a 9-year-old boy. So he was in Ekiti. He said he met someone who was going to prepare money rituals for him. And they asked that if he had any child. He said no. So he went on to go and bring his own elder sister's son. He went to bring his elder sister's son. And he said they told him that he won't die. They won't kill him, but he will just be sick. So every time the boy is sick, he will be rich. Do you see what in this Nollywood they do? This Yoruba Nolly. All these things, they are stuff you will see in Yoruba movies. All these Nigerian movies. Right? Where they will just say, they've used this one. They have used it, they have used for ritual, for money ritual. They have used, that's why he's always sick. It's a spirit. They are using his spirit to make money. It's nothing like that. So it was caught before he could kill the boy. Because that's how they will kill the boy. And he's not going to be rich. He's just going to be a murderer. So he went to go and get his own nephew. his own senior sister's son, Abi, to go and use the boy for money ritual. Pandemic, you in Thiefnubu, Nigeria, people are ready to, they don't care. I want to become rich. I want to become wealthy. And then you have this, your uncle. Go to uncle. Go and say hello to uncle. Uncle is looking at your children like if he could possibly use them for money ritual, since he can't really probably earn a decent living in that inflated, and a lot of people are mad anyway, including even government officials too, The young man had a confrontation with the FRSC. Those ones who are like on the road safety, I bet you they call them. And this also ensued.
Reason I will help you. You will tell me the part of the road safety code they have laissez-passer. What is laissez-passer? Let her tell me what is laissez-passer. Let me have my license. Let me have my license. I know. Let me have my license. Tell her to give my license. Tell her to give me my license. I can't off it. Tell her to give my license. This is my evidence. It's my evidence. He stopped me. I parked. The same I bring my license. I give this over here. He asked for fire extinguisher. It's here. So that lady came in there asking me where is my laissez-passer? Which part of the Nigerian road safety code you have laissez-passer? Are we in France or where? We are not in France. You don't ask me what is laissez-passer.
Am I the only one that has something here?
Yes.
Hey, listen now. See, if you say something like this, you meet someone or okay, this thing you said you understand. And we expect you better.
She said before you go with the Republic number. That's what she said. This is the one who said it, the vehicle is with the Benin Republic number. If you want to be famous for the wrong business, I will help you today. This is not Benin Republic number. This is the European Union.
If you are not ready to do this, I think I'm against it, but don't want to give me.
This guy do not know who they play with.
After you search me, you did not find any fault. Instead for you to give me the document, let me go. But no, you know what they will do? They will hold your document and start accusing you of what you didn't do. So that you come and be the one begging them. You will beg them for why you know offense you do not commit. Like this guy in the video, they expect him to.
Laissez-passer. So he's driving a vehicle with European number, European country's number. And the Nigerian road safety official saw that to say it is a Benin Republic number. So FRSC is like the Federal Road Safety Corps, Abi. Then he's asking for laissez-passer. Laissez-passer is the pass that you are going to get if you are driving your car from Nigeria to Benin Republic or from Benin Republic to Nigeria. So you get what is called the laissez-passer, I think it's called. That is to say, you have the pass through the border to drive inside Nigeria. Do you get that now? So that's what they are asking him, laissez-passer. Somebody who imported a vehicle from. And I think if you imported any car to Nigeria, you have the first 3 months or so, is it? 3 months. To still be able to drive the vehicle before you get the number, right? The registration number, being a plate number in the column. You can still drive the car for 3 months or how many months? So FRS is asking for laissez-passer from European plated vehicle. Everybody don't mad in Miami, honestly speaking. And now I remember when I was younger, okay, my mom would be like, if you don't listen to me, that was my mother of blessed memory. She'll be like, if I didn't listen to her, I was going to end up as a thief. And they will be carrying me through the windows. I'm a magbe for window ni. I'm a diam dropper last ni. I'm a magbe for window. So I saw a clip of a young boy. Again, he's just about 9 or 10. So they arrested him for burglary. And they had to ask him to demonstrate how he was able to get into the house, despite the fact that the doors were locked. That he should show them, right? So when I saw that video of that boy, I mean, that kind of scared me, right? When I was younger, right? When my mom said, if I failed to face my studies, that's how she put it to. If you fail to face your studies, me, I will do my own best. But if you fail to face your studies, you will end up as an armed robber. You know, you are just a little boy. Yeah, they will just use you. They once they want to go and rob a house, they will put you through the window. You will go inside the house to go and open the door for them. So one day, they will shoot you. They will kill you. You are not the only one. You are not my only child. Though. If I'm telling you something and you don't listen, no problem. You are not my only child. Though. If they kill you like this, I will disown you. My mother, and I was younger. So every now and then I'm always like, no, I would never turn out bad. I swear I can't turn out bad, man. No, I don't want to be short. I don't, it's kind of like, and in Nigeria, we have a means of resetting somebody's brain. Not these days, these days and time. When we were younger, people who have my age, those who have my age right now, back then, these days, there are those who have probably become like, they're already like Ogbulubu anyway. So all that kind of thing, no work on them anymore. But a little boy, man, a little boy. Watch this.
Níbo lògùn? Báwo ló ṣe gùn? Ẹ̀yà gùn kí n máa wo gùn. Ọ̀yà gùn. Níbo gùn? Ọ̀yà wọlé bó ṣe wọlé. Wọlé bó ṣe wọlé. Ọ̀yà lọ sọ̀kalẹ̀ ńbẹ̀ yẹn. Bó ṣe wọlé nìyẹn àbí? Bó ṣe wọlé nìyẹn? Ẹ̀yin mélòó lẹ wá? Ẹ̀yin mélòó lẹ wá? Ẹnìkan dúró ta, ìwọ wọlé. Ọmọ ọdún mélòó ni ọ́? 10 years. Ọmọ ọdún 10 years. Ṣé Yorùbá ni àbí Hausa? Hausa ni ọ́? 10 years. Daddy ńkọ́? Sabo. Daddy ń bẹ Sabo. Ẹ wá mú wa lọ sọ́dọ̀ daddy yín.
Daddy mo ti lọ bí sẹ́.
Wá mú wa lọ sọ́dọ̀ daddy ń bí nísìnyìí.
Daddy mi ti lọ bí sẹ́, ó dálé kí mo tó wá.
Níbo lògùn?
Did you see that? This one didn't even climb the window. It's like a Spider-Man on the wall. He climbed the roof, jumped through an open part of the roof, straight inside, and went straight to their kitchen. That was where he fed himself. He had something in the house before they caught him. And they're asking him that, is he a Yoruba or Hausa? He said he's an Hausa. Where is your father? Father is in Sabo. Now take us to your dad. No, you can't. My dad is not in now. He's at work. That's what he's saying to them. That's what they are exchanging. How many of you will remember when I said that the real victims of failed governance in Nigeria, they are children? How many of you will remember that? That the real victims of bad governance in Nigeria, they are children. The children of those who lost their jobs, those who have no business, those who have families that they used to be able to take care of, but they can't take care of them anymore. Those ones, are they are not victims, but they are children. Children that they can no longer feed, children that they can no longer send to school, children that they can no longer cater for. And these children are always going to want to solve. They are going to need to survive. In their effort of trying to survive, they will do a lot of things, right? Children are the real victims of bad governance in Nigeria. And that is why you see some families that if the breadwinner dies, if the dad dies, the entire family will scatter. The children will become house servants, maids, and all of that stuff scattered. Once the breadwinner is gone, subsidy is gone. You know, children are the real victims. That is why you and I were not safe. So imagine that little boy, yeah, that little boy that should be in school but is not. Imagine if he has a access to any weapon to defend himself. Because there are many of them, there are many of these children, right, who have been exposed to drug abuse, violence, and some other stuff that ordinarily, right, they wouldn't have been exposed to if not that Nigeria has happened to them and will continue to happen to them as well. The contraption. So we are going to be their easy targets. You and I, civilian, bloody civilian. We are going to be their easy target. Now, me and you no get, what do you call it? We don't have DSS, army, police, what do you call them? NIA, DIA, protecting you. Me and you, the most you have is this your fancy flat. Your fancy flat, as well as, what else? High-rise, prison-like, what do you call it? Prison-like fences. Yeah, fences. That's what they call it. Fence. But they will climb the fence. They will climb everything. Disarm your security stuff and all of that. And they'll come for you. Because you don't have more than that. You know? But don't enter them anyway. Well, I want to say thank you for joining me again, okay? But I think I have just one more thing to share. And this is this library somewhere in Abia State.
So this is the library of the Osun Secondary School, and if you can look closely, you see that it's actually very bad. From the roof to the walls and to the ceiling and everywhere is bad, like very, very bad. So currently they don't have any library in the school. So you can see the leftovers from whether it's fire or whatever that happened, I don't know, but it's actually bad. So they are using this classroom for their books. They keep their books here. They don't survive from the fire or whatever that happened at the library. So this is where the remaining books are being kept. So currently there's no library in the school. So we have a whole lot of work to do, like a whole lot of work to do. If you look closely, you see that it's actually damaged, like from the ground to the rooftop. So this is the library of the
secondary school library. And hopefully they do something about that. It's one trending in a video that I saw, and I was like, this one still, I mean, despite the whole dilapidated infrastructure, they still have books meant to be in the library, so they kept them somewhere else where the rain won't probably destroy them further. So I'll raise awareness on that school. So thank you so much, everyone, again, for your time. And yeah, I am currently enjoying my stay in the US. And at the same time, I have room to kind of like miss us. But in order to not leave the vacuum for too long, so we have this filling the gap or a stopgap conversation on updates, okay? But yes, I am going to see you again when I see you. So we are likely going to have a meet and greet in Houston on the 23rd. Yeah, 23rd, which is like a Sunday. So this coming Sunday. So we may have the meet and greet for the people of the temple, who kind of people are around Houston area or Texas and what have you. But I'll let you know if anything like that is happening at all. But there is a thought around that, okay? So thank you so much for your time. Enjoy the rest of your evening, okay? I will see you again. Good night.
mọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Máyégún dáyàrí náírà nọ́mbà wán.
Máyégún ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú.
Máyégún dáyàrí náírà nọ́mbà wán.
Lórí Facebook lórí YouTube.
Máyégún dáyàrí náírà nọ́mbà wán.
Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Máyégún já wa sí.
Máyégún dáyàrí náírà nọ́mbà wán.
Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o.
Máyégún dáyàrí náírà nọ́mbà wán.
Bó bá ṣe eré àní Máyégún máa wí.
Máyégún dáyàrí náírà nọ́mbà wán.
Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o.
Máyégún dáyàrí náírà nọ́mbà wán.
Máyégún dáyàrí pòlítíkò.
Máyégún dáyàrí náírà nọ́mbà wán.
Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Máyégún.
Máyégún dáyàrí náírà nọ́mbà wán.
Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o.
Máyégún dáyàrí náírà nọ́mbà wán.
Àní Máyégún làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Máyégún dáyàrí náírà nọ́mbà wán.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé. Máyégún ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Lórí Facebook.
Máyégún ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Lórí YouTube.
Máyégún ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Bíjó ìgbádìyẹ.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Bí pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Bí gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Ọlọ́pàá ti ń darí bá.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Aṣòfin ti ń rúfin o.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o, Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀, Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ̀. Oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o, ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Máyégún ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni. ó fọlọ́hún ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù bọ́tà lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sè mọ́bẹ̀. èèpo ọ̀bọ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti dọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ bùyà àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o ó kó ẹni tó bá dán o àkàmù máyé ègún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lúwẹ̀ tún ra kì máyé ègún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lúwẹ̀ tún ra kì o ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
máyé ègún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lúwẹ̀ tún ra kì máyé ègún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lúwẹ̀ tún ra kì ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.